During the casting process, sand molds are created to pour molten iron into. As these molds move down the production line, sand breaks off and falls in various spots throughout the plant. Recovering and reusing the sand is a critical part of the production process. Reused sand contains chemical compositions too difficult and costly to match using strictly new sand. The current method for introducing recovered sand is to forklift bins of recollected sand and rotate them directly onto a belt that is part of a series of equipment that reintegrates the sand and molds separated from the cooled castings back into the mold making process. However, the amount of recollected sand added to the belt is subjective to the skill of the forklift driver. The unregulated addition of discarded sand into the return sand system frequently causes unacceptable amounts of production loss and increased wear on equipment. What you see before you is the proposed concept for a sand reclamation system. The design begins with a high stationary tower standing 15 feet tall where the forklift operator will raise recollected sand bins and empty. As the bin is emptied, the sand will pass through a metal screen to collect medium to large sized non-sand material. A vibrating motor will be mounted to the exterior of the stationary tower at the height of the screen to break apart large sand chunks. The sand will flow down the stationary tower and pass through an opening emptying onto an unload conveyor. A manual slide gate will also be incorporated into the opening to allow for adjustable flow control. The motor-driven unload conveyor will transport recollected sand into the mold separation machine. The mold separation machine removes castings from sand molds, breaks the sand molds into small chunks and loose powder, and deposits the sand into our return sand process. This mold separation machine functions in such a way that the flow of sand is controlled and even. By integrating the mold separation machine into our recollected sand process, the problems associated with unregulated sand flow will be eliminated. The unloading conveyor must be angled due to the height of the mold separation machine. In order to move sand efficiently, the belt on the unload conveyor will contain raised ridges to grip the sand effectively. All moving parts posing injury potential to personnel will be constructed with safety guarding in compliance with OSHA requirements and standards. All electrical components will be installed per National Electrical Code requirements.